Hi, every animation you have seen on the website with the smooth scrolling, loading spinners and moving elements, they all run on one JavaScript function and it is called requestAnimationFrame, and it is a most used JavaScript method for running animations. So in this video I will show you how exactly it works by building this glowing bouncing orb from scratch with just pure Vanilla JS and without using any libraries. So let's get into it. So this is the plain blank browser we are going to create the ball animation, and I have created the basic stylings like page restructuring, like resetting the basic styles and everything. And I haven't yet created the ball yet because I wanted to create it live in the video, so I haven't created it yet. So let's start with the JavaScript initially, and then after JavaScript, after explaining the logics, I will go with the creation of the ball and other like responsive structuring too. So let's go to the JavaScript. So I am creating a new variable called or using a query selector. The class is orb. Now we have to create two variables. Here two variables are position and speed. What this position means is the location. As you can see in the browser, I haven't yet created, so I will explain it tentatively. If you can see in the browser, I will be creating a small box here, a horizontal box. Inside that box there will be a round ball, and that round ball will be looping from left to right, and it will have a bounce effect too from the left. So that is what we are going to create. So for the ball movement, the ball should have a set velocity, and its position will change over time as it is moving through inside the box. Its position will change eventually. So that is what we are going to assign. So initially at the starting position, the position will be 0. So position variable, assign it to 0, and then as I have said, another variable speed. Speed is the speed at which the ball moves. It is a constant speed. We are going to set a basic speed. This will be the initial velocity of the ball. So I am going to give it a value of 2 here. If I give less than 2, like 0.5, the lowest value possible, it will be like crawling through the inside the box. If I give higher values like 10 and other even higher values, it will be like teleporting. You can't even see whether it is moving or not. So that's why I am giving 2, so it will move in a constant speed where you can see the ball moving. So now the important part, we have to write the animation loop, the brain of this whole task. So for that I am creating a function called animate, and now we will write the function, and initially the ball will move. So we have to update the position. The ball will move from point A to point B. When it is moving, the position will also get updated, right? So for that I am updating the position and writing the classic method. This is a usual method to calculate the position. That means position add the speed. That means the speed will be constant, but position will be changing usually. So we have to update the position, we should add the position and the speed. And now we have to move the orb, that means the ball. To move the orb, I am selecting the orb ball and change the style. What style we are going to give here is transform and write the value. Translate in the x direction, because as I said, it is a horizontal box, so x direction, and give the values. Position is the actual value, position at pixels. So up to the position, if whether at position 0 and speed 2, the actual update at position will be 2. So the ball will move 2 pixels from the initial point, and then after at position 1, 3 pixel, 4 pixel, and it goes on like that. So now next, the bounce effect. So the bounce effect, we have, for the bounce effect we have to consider another important thing here. What means, when as I have said, the box inside the browser container will have a fixed length. The length and breadth of the box, the container, will not change, but the position of the ball will change. So I will create the ball with a 250 diameter ball. I haven't wrote it, but I am saying you in advance here. So if we are going to create a 250 diameter ball, and let's assume I am going to create a box with a 1000 mm length. So inside the 1000 mm box, a 250 mm diameter ball moves. If the whole ball moves inside the box, inside the 1000 mm, the ball will just run outside the box. And I have already written in the HTML CSS, you can see I have written the overflow as hidden, so it won't overflow. So the ball will just vanish, it won't bounce back. So for that reason I am writing the bounce effect here. So, and also we have to consider the position too. So I am using if logic. If the position is greater than Windows inner width minus 250, as I said, 250 is the diameter of the ball. If that is happening, we should bounce it. That means the speed should go negative. I have written the speed here as positive. That means it is going forward from left to right. If it is negative speed, means it is coming from right to left. Yes sir, right to left. Positive means left to right, and negative means right to left. So I have to change the speed value to -2, and now we have to bounce the ball from left to right. This whole section is for bouncing the ball from right to left. So now we also have to bounce the ball from left to right. So that means the position will be at 0 here. The position is less than 0. That means the position is greater than 0. We have to assume set the speed as 2 initial value, and that's all. Now we have to loop all these functions again and again. So for that purpose, to loop this exact process again and again, we are going to use the request animation. It is a function. This is a method to repeat the cycle indefinitely. For that exact purpose, we use this request animation frame. Request animation frame include the function animate, and that's all. Now we have to start the animation, right? To start the animation, call the function called function animate. Now it will run the exact thing. So this is a request animation. It has another catch. I explain after writing the CSS and simulation. See, for the scene, I have created a class scene and orb. Here the scene is the actual movement you will see in the browser. Let's refresh and writing the scene now. For the scene, initially we have to create a box, and that box shouldn't move, and I have also written it should be responsive. So you should keep the position as relative. I'm giving the boxes width as 90 VW and give maximum width as 1000 pixels. So from the 1000 pixels we have written here the 250 width of the ball will be reduced, and then the height 300 pixels, and then we have to see the box, right? Create a box, we have to create border. So for that 1 pixel solid RGBA with 255 and 0.1, and I have to write overflow also. Overflow is hidden, it shouldn't overflow from the browser. And then I'm giving some border radius too. Border radius is 20 pixels. For the box I'm giving the background because it should differentiate from the actual background in the browser. So RGBA 0.03, and then I'm adding another important feature called backdrop filter. Blur it up to 10 pixels. So now the box will get created here. See, the box is created. Inside that box this ball will bounce. Now we have to create the ball. To create the ball we have to create the position too. Here position absolute, because the ball size would not change, so that is why I am giving absolute. Width is 80 pixel and height is some 80 pixel. Some border radius, it is a ball, right? So it will have a curvature, so 50% radius on both edges. It will create a round shape or a sphere. And I will select the background. Pick the radial gradient, and it should be the circle because we are creating a circle at top. Giving colors as 60A5F A, and another color as 2563 EB. And now we have to give it a box shadow too. That means the balls like a radiant color, that's all. Zero 30 pixels, and the color will be color code 3B82 and F6, and then we will have the second color 60 pixels. The color code will be 2563 EB, and that's all. Now we have to give another attributes too. At top 110 pixel and give it a left value as 0. And now we go to the browser. See, the ball is moving. It will bounce back and again come to the left side. So our code is working, so it is bouncing back and again, and this loop will continue till we stop it, or till we reload the browser again. When we reload the browser, it will happen again. That's all. Now we have to add another feature, the responsiveness. We have to create that too. That is important. In the last JavaScript series, I haven't focused on really on the responsiveness part in any of the tasks we did. Here I thought about including that too. So it will give the actual actual output in different devices too, if you want to run it. So I have to change the scene responsiveness as height some 240 pixels, and change the org, that means the ball's width and height 65 pixel, and give it a height of another again 65 pixel. Top value was 95, that's all, 90 pixel. And then we should have the second value, max width just 480 pixels screen. Here we have to create the same for the scene and all. For the scene, I'm creating a height again of 180 pixels, and I'm giving the border radius as some 14 pixels, and then we have to write the orb, same orb, give it a width of some 50 pixels, give it a height of another 50 pixels. The top value was 65 pixels, and give the box's shadow 20 pixel. Color code the same 3B82F6. that just paste it, that's all. So everything is done, that's all. So now we have created a ball, created a box, and created the bouncing effect animation and the movement, and we have created the animation successfully, that's all. Now reload. So the page has become responsive. You won't see it, but it has become responsive. So as I said, there is an important catch here. As I said, instead of request animation frame, we can also use set interval method too. If you have followed my JavaScript videos, I have said for any process within the fixed time frame, if we want the process to repeat, we can use the set interval method in JavaScript. We can use that here too, but we didn't use that. Why? Because it was used in older styles, but request animation frame is a professional choice. Why means it syncs with the monitor's refresh rate perfectly. That means if you have a high-end monitor of 120 Hz monitor, it will run 120 times a second, like frameworks 120 frames a second, or on 60 Hz 60 times a second. This prevents the stuttering. In set interval method, if you use it for numerical calculations and other things, you won't see the stuttering, but in visual things like this, like animations and other things, there stutter can happen. You can't expect anything. You can't expect a smooth flow like this, like what's happening right on the screen now. So set interval can be used, but it is not recommended. If you ask me, I will recommend only the animation, like a set animation method. That's what I will suggest you. So if we to summarize this whole project, think of the request animation frame as a director in a movie set. Instead of actors, that means the actor is a code here, just running around randomly. They wait for the director to set the code, right? That's what happens in the set animation. But here the set time frame, sorry, set time method, set time interval method. In the set time interval method, the JavaScript will act like a director, and it will say the browser, instruct the browser to act again and again, remind it again and again. So in the request animation framework, it won't happen. This ensures the movement is buttery smooth and perfectly timed with the screen. That is the main purpose of the request animation frame JavaScript method. So it is a professional method and most practical method to achieve a smooth and stutterless and free flowing animation using JavaScript. So yeah, that is it for today's session, and hereafter I will do some animation to explore animation in the JavaScript too. I hope you will like this series too, like you support the JavaScript. I know you haven't many seen the JavaScript series, but yet I am hoping you will support, and I am hoping for this animation series too that you will support, and my hope will continue and I will not lose my hope. So yeah, please consider please consider subscribing and sharing to your friends, and like this video and give this work a little more reach. I'm currently exploring the editing things and upgrading my editing style too. I am learning editing too. So yeah, that is it for today's session, and I will meet you guys in the next session. Thank you. Have a nice day.